Gagunda, baby. Time to gamer streamer. Working on my new gamer voice. I have to tell all the other gamers that we're live. Gamers, can you see my picture? There we go. Just typing on my other computer. Who's ready to gamer stream? I have new gamer software, which is open broadcast gamer streaming. Open broadcast software, which people recommended to me right away, but I don't trust that open source stuff. Really. Plus, I don't contribute to it, so I feel like it's just stealing. So I tried to do that game show one, which is pretty cool, but it doesn't. You can record special sounds so that when someone subscribes on, it plays an alert. Yeah, like that. And I couldn't make it work. Welcome. I couldn't make it work on Game Show. Oh shit, I've been disconnected. I gotta get connected. This is so fucking embarrassing. This is like Gamer Streamer 100. Fuck that up. Be right there. Just loading it up in different windows. Going solo style tonight. I feel like, I don't know. I feel kind of like I was a little bit of a burden on Frosty.
Gagundo.
Welcome, Sulfur. Now I can know that's not going to get annoying at all. All right, let's play.
Gagundo.
I feel like Frosty and even Nintendo Christ, they were both super nice. I said some negative shit about Nintendo Christ, which I take back. Really, that was my own kind of insecurity and feeling bad about how I didn't really live up to kind of his expectations or whatever. So then, I don't know. He was when it was over. I was like, oh no, that guy sucks. Actually, he wasn't cool at all, and he was perfectly fine. It wasn't as nice as Frosty, but Frosty's just got that. Frosty's probably one of the best people I've ever met in my life. From North Carolina, and anyways, I didn't want to put either of them. Because gaming is one thing, and there's an essential kind of purity to gaming. And gamer streamer, I believe, is kind of a noble calling and stuff. But um, it's different than gaming, right? Like, not everybody that wants to... Metro joined the gamer... Is that big enough? Can you read that? Not everybody that joins up to game wants to gamer stream, right? So you shouldn't just assume that. And I don't know. I feel like I like harsh Frosty's vibe or whatever. So I think tonight is going to be a solo gamer. Plus, I mean, as much as those guys helped me out, I feel like baby gotta learn to fly, right? So you just check out these guys. I always think, like, on one hand, if this was real life, this would be bad. Everything's like open wholesale, military-sponsored slaughter in a post-industrial wasteland. That's not good, right? But on the other hand, everybody dresses so colorfully. Even if it's not matchy-match, that noise is interesting. But yeah, it's like that would be cool to. It would be kind of cool to watch somebody walk around all dressed up. Not like necessarily like murder nurse, but like this guy over here. I'd talk to that guy. So this game is H1Z1. Gotta get my mouse back. And it's basically battle royale. For long-time gamer streamer watchers, I'm sorry I have to go over this again, but this is kind of a confusing game. It's not really super normal. So they made this game that was kind of like zombie apocalypse, and then how it kind of works is they parachute you in. You have probably like 10 or 15 minutes to try and survive. You have to find guns and armor and stuff, and hope maybe a car. Although I'm still not competent that way. See, here's a gun. You take this, and you just got to kill everybody. So that number up in the top corner, excellent, is the number of people that are remaining, and you want to be the last one left. And I guess then they don't really say, but one would assume, although really assuming anything in this such a fucking crazy situation is probably a fool's errand, but maybe you get taken back out of this apocalyptic wasteland if you're the only one left, and you just got to kill everybody. And how they so you just got to go up here and kind of crouch, and then you glass. When you look on your binoculars, it's called glassing. So you glass the landscape, checking for dudes, scoping for dudes. And the thing that, because when I started playing this game, I wasn't that bad, really. Right, because I'm naturally, especially at the beginning of my gaming career, scared and panicky all the time. So when I first started playing, I just ran and hid, which still isn't a bad strategy. But the way that they make sure that that's not viable forever, that you can't just go in a trailer and wait, is you have to get eventually inside this green circle. Gagundo. Otherwise, you get killed by the gas, which has actually happened to me now. It happened to Frosty and me last night. So I've spent a long time being terrified of the gas. Then I spent some time dealing with the psychological ramifications of probably being too scared of the gas. And then I started to take the fucking gas for granted, man. That shit will fuck you up because Gagundo. Oh my god, am I gonna be like Pavlov's fucking dog saying that every time? Um, that's my wife's catchphrase, by the way. Which she thought she was saying bazinga. Nope. Oh. She thought she was saying something. I don't know if she thought she was saying bazinga or something bazinga like, but that was the catchphrase that she invented, and so far it's pretty badass, I have to say. She won't be making a cameo crawling through like a goddamn rat through the background because she's out drinking with her friends. What does the mic sounds phasey mean? Is that just a word that most people know? Anyway, the thing about the gas, right, is that I found out, much to my chagrin. Mike sounds weird since I went into the trailer. Sounds robotic. Okay. I'm gonna lie down and see if I can fix this. Check. How's the audio now? Check, check. Check, check. Still robot-y. Tinny and robot-y. I don't want to be tinny and robot-y. All right, how's that sounding? We'll give that a try. Roll with that for a second here. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, the gas. The gas doesn't kill you right away. It just makes you sick. But like, what fucking happens that they don't mention is like you get in this fucking green. Like when somebody's like poison gas, you're like, ah, fuck. And it makes you sick, but also it makes it impossible to fucking see. So then these dudes who are like, I gotta understand that you gotta let go of the need to role play, right? Gotta do a pukey look back. Anybody coming? No, I'm all by myself. So when I'm role playing, I'm thinking like, shit. I'm a woman. I'm trapped in this situation. I'm fit. I know how to shoot guns. This helmet's all fucked up. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna do my best to survive. But other people that have played this game a lot, they take the cumulative, they added up all the experience they have, and they know how to game the fucking system. So even though, they're not necessarily role-playing, they're like kind of letting it be known that they've played this game a lot. And, so yeah, what they did is as soon as they saw the gas, I start to panic because I'm like, Frosty, dude, man, I'm dying, I'm suffocating. Why would they do this? And then you kind of look out through this hazy mist while you're coughing, and you see a dude camped right, not literally, figuratively, waiting behind a rock because he can see us in the gas, but we can't see him. And I don't know what gas on the world has those kind of optical properties, like one-way gas, but that's what it is. So guys just look into the gas and wait for guys like me who are like, run, help us. And then they just mow us down. So the gas, I went from being super scared of the gas to being kind of overly cocky about the gas. And, yeah, that put paid to that. I gotta run to Balls fucking Falls here. And there's a guy in a cop car up there. So I gotta go basically rock to rock. Yeah, the gas messes up my optical. That actually makes a lot of sense. I did not give the game enough credit. It actually makes more sense than I believed. That makes total sense. I don't know why I got my back up about that. Again, I guess I'm just being overly defensive about how bad I am. So that guy's car is just sitting there. This is a... Oh, no, there's another guy's car. That guy's way too far away for me to shoot, even in my newly discovered first-person mode. So I'm going to wait for him to go. And then I'm going to try and get that little bindle of fucking stuff and steal that other car. That's the plan. But I have to be nervous and look around over here. So micro goal is to get that bag, get in the car. No, micro goal is to get to this rock. First game. Haven't seen anybody up close yet. Okay, micro goal. Got to the rock. No problem. Maybe that guy... One cool thing about this game is you can take that... Okay, that's a little bit fucked up. Okay, there's keys and a shotgun and this stuff. Oh man. Now we're cooking with gas. This is a huge mistake. This is like giving a drill to a baby. This is a bad fucking thing. Now what I see people do when they get these cars is they haul ass around, and then the technique seems to be you see somebody and you drive kind of up to them and you jump out of the car and the car goes zooming off into space, and then the guy looks at the car because you wouldn't expect somebody to just jump out, and then while that guy is standing with a face like a smacked ass being like, the car, boom, headshot. Let's give that a try if we see anybody. Or we'll just drive through this forest. This feels like, this scene right here feels like a cop dream. Like when a cop's in a car all day, every day, working the beat, and he's like, I just want to drive this car through the fucking woods. I want to drive this car up a mountain. Motherfucker. Oh yeah, you can totally flip a car. Oh shit. It's a cop's nightmare. That's a fucking stressful cop dream. I gotta go this way. Yeah, what do cops dream about? It's... Nobody knows. This is pretty up here. So this is kind of... This, I guess, is maybe a little bit of a drawback of why going solo is bad. Because, like, Frosty and Nintendo Christ were like, let's go, here's the plan. Here's the macro goal, not just the micro goal. Okay, so think like Frosty, think like Frosty, think like Frosty. Everybody can see me right now also. This is bad. Well, I shot that guy. That was pretty good. Shot him twice. Not too shabby. I know I should aim high. I should aim at the head. I know. I'm sorry to snap at you. I'm sorry, Skippy, to snap at you. That's uncalled for. But I'm working on it. I know that the optimal strategy is to shoot them in the face or the neck. But it's hard to get to the optimal strategy when you're so scared. I don't mind admitting that. I'm 37 goddamn years old. Sorry for swearing. I'm totally scared. Which is weird because I was never scared of dying in video games before. But I think commensurate with the fact that I'm kind of ready to die in real life. I don't know. The more ready to die you are in... Oh, Naked Town? The more ready to die you are in real life, maybe the more you care about video games. Which I think makes sense, because when you're young, you don't really necessarily fear death because it's so unlikely that it'll happen. And it's basically consequence-free. Like, if you're 12 and you put your head in a vice and crush your brains out, your parents are sad, but like pretty much if you do that kind of thing, they already knew you were the kind of person that was going to do that. So, you know, barring tragic stuff, like actually tragic stuff, like... Fuck that noise. Illness or an unexpected loss. You know, when you're a kid and you die, your parents are just like, oh, well, that makes sense. He was an idiot. I'm talking only death by misadventure here. The stuff that you can actually fear, like what you fear happening, like falling down and going into traffic or whatever. So there's kind of consequence-free, right? You don't have any responsibilities. So if you die, is your fucking book report on Lord of the Flies not gonna get written?
Gagundo.
Uh-oh. Mrs. Karbashewski's 9th grade English class has suffered a great loss. In the academic community, will never know your insights. So, I think I'm arguing the inverse of the point I was trying to make originally. All war depends on it. Okay, micro goal. Where should I go? Where should I go? Going into the city. I'm gonna go fight. I feel like that was kind of useless. That was a high score, like top 30, but utterly useless in terms of my development as a gamer, a skilled gamer trying to get better. So I'm going right into the action this time, into this city. So expect a result of about 130th place. But maybe I'll get a blast shot off or two, or shot off or two. There's a lot of stuff in the city, so I'm going to do a technique. It's called the closed door technique. Because when guys go in places where the doors are open, they're thinking, well, one thing that I know for sure about sneakers, I'm going to try those on. One thing I know for sure about the nature of this, whatever tragic disaster befell this whole area, is before all of these people disappeared and died, they shut all of the doors. And that's always 100% true. So if you see an open door, it means that one of the parachute squad has come in and is ripping shit up. So I'm going to do a thing where I close doors behind me to keep people off balance. And a guy who's coming in thinking he's going shopping, he's going to react differently than a guy who comes in thinking he's going into, you know, an unoccupied building. So if you shut the door behind you, maybe you can throw some dudes off guard. So, all right, I have to go basically west. So my micro goal is I'm gonna punch out on a hot crotch straight to this corner. Then I'm gonna hop a Roddy and go along that side and assume that no bogeys are vectoring up from the south. This is my favorite parking lot in the game because this is where I met Frosty, who shot me in the back, but then became a beautiful thing after that. So now that we're outside, I'm using my outside weapon, which is this AR-15. I thought it was an M16, but it's an AR-15. And it takes 7mm bullets. Okay, micro goal is make it to the far side of this little city area. Micro goal is, oh, maybe I'm already there. Okay, micro goal is to go to that far side of these buildings. Yeah, I feel like I got a little bit lucky. One of the things maybe that Frosty and I discovered, or that I would never say that Frosty and I discovered something. I discovered it in the presence of Frosty, because Frosty knows everything about this game. And he's my best gamer friend. Is that cities, maybe like the gas, people are more paranoid about them than they need to be. But I know for sure there's at least a couple of guys around in this area. So I'm just going to Gugundo around. I'm going to try and get on to... This is a bad area. I kind of have a lot of stuff already. But I'm definitely better at shooting in buildings. All of my... not all, but the vast majority of my murders have happened in tight quarters. I think because generally the people are closer, so there's less room for me to freak out.
Gugundo.
It was a huge mistake putting on those audio things. For me to panic and like shoot leaves that are falling and stuff inside a little building, so that might be my strategy. Yeah, Frosty. It goes to show you what the power of a voice is, right? With Frosty, because you hate to.
Gagundo.
I remember. See, this is an open door. I remember during the O.J. Simpson trial, they asked one of the witnesses. Maybe it was Kato Kalin. I don't know. Were there other witnesses other than Kato Kalin? The ancient dad asks the stream full of teenagers. Were there other witnesses in the other than Kato Kalin in the trial? Anyways, they asked. This is back in the day when people were even more racist than they are now, which seems impossible. They asked one of the witnesses who heard a voice who cried out like, I don't even know what he cried out. Something like, I'm about to murder you and your waiter boyfriend or something. And for the Heisman! Where is everybody? This is getting tense. He heard somebody yell out something. And the prosecutor asked, did it sound like a black guy talking? And I remember there was this whole big thing about whether or not black dudes versus white dudes have voice, like different vocal cords. Which I don't know the answer to, but that's a weird semi-racist digression around my friend Frosty, who, if you had bet me $1 million, I would have said was like, I'm about to get blown up by bombs when that happens. I would have bet was like 16, 5'2", tiny, quiet. No, he's like 6'1". He's a fucking beast, both metaphorically and literally, in the game and in real life. And he has like he's old enough to have like 5 guns, but he's like sounds like the most politest dude. All right, going to these next trees. Sun punish tokens are not it would be, I would say it would be not the best time to use a sun punish token, because that dude is asleep, and so he's not going to be getting punished anytime soon, and he's not doing anything that I could punish him for right now. But he's going to be on the stream on Friday night. We're going to be streaming some gaming together. He's going to be playing some gaming. So if you have a sun punish token on Friday night, you might want to use it, because if he fucks up gaming, I'm going to beat his ass, and I'm going to need somebody to intervene. This game is H1Z1, King of the Kill. Alright. I thought for sure I could rock some city action this time, but not really. Going out to the trees again. Seems like it'd be like the perfect strategy to come in 27th. But I want to come in 6th. Okay, so I'm here in a car. I want to come in 5th. Hell, I want to come in 4th. It's not impossible. See, this is called the trailer surprise technique. When you wait in a trailer and somebody comes up to you and opens the door. Did I not close that door? Oh my god. It's almost like this trailer is a piece of shit. Where'd that go? Ah! I got fucking pincered! That was fucking terrible by a guy in a pig mask. I feel like everybody is probably thinking, no, that I shouldn't put thoughts in your mind. You guys are supportive. It's my own negativity making me think that you're thinking that. But everybody, I bet maybe some people were like, the close the door technique. The waiting in the trailer for somebody to walk up is not a good technique. Because it's essentially chickeny. And not very visually stimulating. And I know you people, you're visually stimulated. But it would have worked. There was 2 dudes right there. That dude rocked up in a car. I got thrown off by that fucking magic door. And then I heard shooting, so I went and looked at it. And I saw one dude, and then I heard the car rock up. Fuck that door. It is all the damn door's fault, JOK. Rat brother, I agree. I think they fucking sabotaged that door. I remember my favorite video game that I ever played was Soldier of Fortune 2. Welcome, Brewer Amison, to the Gamer Rebellion. That's what you do when you stream. I shaved my head, but I still have lice because they're dream lice. What was I talking about? Gigundo. Soldier of Fortune 2. Fucking ruled. And that was the first video game where you could camp that I ever played. Because like Mario Brothers, you can't camp. You run out of time. Or Contra, you can't camp because it's side-scrolling and the boss is at the far end of the level anyways. But Soldier of Fortune 2, I figured out when I started playing that game, is you could find a way, you could like wedge your body in behind like a tree and a rock with your gun pointing down a hallway at a door, and just guys would walk through and you'd be like, and they'd die, and they knew you were there, so sometimes they'd try and come from the other side, so sometimes you had to be like, and you could just kill people over and over and over and over again, and people used to get so fucking angry, but
Gigundo.
I don't know, is camping dishonorable, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I don't think it is. I think it's fine. It's like Jose Bautista flipping the bat. I'm gonna do something shitty. If you don't want me to, you have every opportunity to prevent it from happening in the first place. But if you didn't prevent it, and just get revenge. Just let your fear be your arrow or whatever the fuck. That's a saying. And come fuck me up, we'll have a battle. If you're like, I've never understood getting gamer mad. Oh my god, this is like gun heaven. When a guy's like, your fucking strategy is impossible to beat. And the result of that is anger towards you, rather than trying to understand how I can be better myself as a citizen in the world. Anyways, it's fun to make people angry.
Gagundo.
Hey, Perry Maguire, what's going on, buddy? You weird, perverted, pear-shaped hockey analyst, you. With your bald head. You're looking so cute. Okay, so I know there's guys around here. There's guys down at the end there. I see them jumping. I'm going to follow him. We don't know where the safe zone is yet, so this is kind of just wander around territory at this point. I could use a health kit. I have to be careful. I have to remember now, just because I've discovered the strategy of closing doors doesn't mean I'm the only one that's discovered the strategy of closing doors. So I have to go in with my gun up. That house didn't have shit in it. I don't hear anybody. Oh, there's a guy. I'm gonna hide and wait for him to come around the corner. Just kidding. It's the journey, not the destination. I did get owned. No shit. That's what I do. I get fucking owned over and over and over again. And I'm calm. I turned down my mouser sensitivity. I read a comment that said you should get for 10 inches to do a complete 360. Who the fuck has a mouse pad that big? I'm gonna press my DPI adjuster button setting. I'm gonna go up a sensitivity. Because I feel like I didn't whip around fast enough on that guy. I feel like also that now that I have so much more knowledge about how to, nope, this is too whippy aroundy. Look at this. Look at this. What kind of nightmare gamer can play with that? See, I have all this knowledge. I know which guns. Hey, brother. Yo, chill. I know about first-person mode. I know that AK-47 shoots automatic and the other one doesn't. I know about close guns versus far guns. I know about aiming at the head. But that's all now in my mind when I'm getting ready to fight. I have this, checklist. Go in first person. Make sure you have the right gun. Make sure there's bullets in it. Whereas before, I was much worse at the game, surprisingly. But I was worse for different reasons. This is humanity at its worst. Whenever I get in here and nobody's actually killing each other, I can't wait to get out of here back to the fucking slaughterland. Cause look at these guys. He's got a guy in his gotchis punching somebody in the dick. All right. Going into the city. Oh my god, I'm nervous. I just want to... Micro goal is I want to I want to shoot at somebody before they shoot at me. I want to outwit somebody. One person. I don't need to kill them. Again, this is fucking Gunland. This game is making fun of me at this point. This game is like all of these are shit is normally hard to find. We're just gonna give it to you right off the bat and watch you. Shit, that guy sounds like he knew what he was doing. Frosty says he doesn't even ever pick up the AK-47. Maybe I won't either. Okay, scope the area. Nobody. I didn't really do a super good job looking around. Maybe do I need a med kit? I've got one. Maybe I'll pick up the AK. Okay, what I'm going to do this time, I'm just going to be patient. I shouldn't stand here, because then if the guy opens that door, or I should shut this door, but I shouldn't even stand right there, because then if he opens the door, it's all the way at the back of the room, and I won't hear him, and he'll just come in and blast me. So there's a guy out that way. And I don't have that far to go. I have to go northwest, which is in the direction of that guy. I gotta come up with a good out the door technique. Is it better to open and wait? Or is it better to just haul balls out? This is the problem with being awful at this game, is that everything you do everything I do gets me killed. So I'm trying to do like figure out the marginal returns of all these like idiotic gamer moves that I'm trying to invent on my own, and none of them are any good. But I can't even figure out if one's particularly slightly not worse than the other. Oh my god. I'm gonna go up. Because I just die regardless. I don't know, I'm filled with, I don't know, filled with negativity about my own, well, there's a good reason for that, which is I keep getting killed. And it's not even close. I feel like the windows might be kind of an okay place to look out. That's one of the dumbest, yeah. In terms of things you can look out, windows are up there. But I feel like it might be more okay than you'd think, because I feel like people don't necessarily... maybe other people, they tend to scope the ground level. You can tell, I'm going to do a Hattie tip back here when I'm going to concentrate. They scope the ground level or they scope the roof? Because they kind of think, because gamers are inherently greedy beasts. So if you offer them something like elevation, what gamer ever would instinctively take half elevation? They'd say, I want all the elevation. I want to go all the way up there. So maybe a good kind of wise gamer strategy would be to take the middle elevation and look out the window. Nothing like getting scared by the sound of your own voice.
Good gundo, baby.
That was just my voice saying that one. Okay, I gotta go seriously west, which is this way. This is a cool... I don't know what city in the world this is modeled after, where it has this, like, giant, almost 3-story tall retaining wall. And then a kind of a park on top. But it looks kind of cool. And it would, like... Except this... Like, this fence doesn't look good. But I feel like that's obviously there for gamer reasons. So you can't just jump off. I feel like a good part of, like... Gamer... Like, when you go to study gamer design at school, which a lot of people are... Certainly here, where there's a bunch of gamer companies that I think should hire me to do stuff. A big part of how you make a video game is figuring out creative ways to stop your players from going places that don't make any sense. Which usually involves fences or insanely steep hills. Like, if this was a real city, it's like 2 seconds outside of the normal main street of the city, there's like a sheer rock wall that you just cannot go up. That would be weird enough that if you went to this place, you'd be like, this is called Cliff City. It's that city with the giant cliff. But in video games, that kind of shit's normal, because you have to stop people from just running all the fuck over. Maybe I can go up this part. I'm going to die trying to get up one of these things. Doing the classic gamer technique of trying to run across. Anyways. Didn't work. Feel like kind of fucking dispirited about the... I'm in that kind of middle ground where I'm setting micro goals, and I'm good enough at this game, and I'm a good enough gamer, and I have enough confidence that all of the other micro goals, like finding a car, not finding a car, I still can't do that. Finding a gun, finding bullets, finding a helmet. This is no sweat for me. I'm like, this is baby stuff. But I'm still too chicken to set the next level of achievement, like shoot a dude, blast his ass, scope a fight, decide a victory, get a car, plan and execute a strategy. Still seems too daunting, because is it a net negative or a net positive to set yourself goals, even micro goals, not macro goals, like I'm going to cure cancer or I'm going to get cancer or whatever. That I'm talking micro goals, like I'm going to run 30 kilometers. Is that helpful? Is it helpful when you know it's... I don't think it is. So, I don't know. I could set a micro goal of being like, yeah, I'm going to get that guy. I'm going to kill him. But look at him. It's a fucking speed racer. He does not give a shit. Fucking Captain Nonchalant, just hauling balls across the field on an ATV, and he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't even have a micro goal. His micro goal is living in the moment. Because he's got gamer... You could tell that dude had gamer talent just by the way he's composed himself. Maybe I'm talking shit, I don't know. This is bad. Because yesterday, I wasted a dude, and then I felt all of my ambition drain out of me. Because I set a micro goal of get a gun, be relaxed, go in first person, sense danger, perceive the world around you through eyes that are like those of a predator, not prey. And I didn't set the micro goal of killing a dude, but then I did kill a dude. And this is maybe, I guess, where setting an unreachable goal might be smart, because then if it ever does happen, you've accomplished a goal as unlikely as that may have seemed at the time that you set it. So in that moment when kind of maximal success is possible, because you are killing people, you are demonstrably and materially affecting the odds that you will do better. You're reaching out into the world and creating success through your own hand. That's the moment where being confident and having aggression matters. So if you don't set killing a guy as a goal because it's unrealistic to expect that you would do that, and you fear disappointing yourself, and you fear being in a state of non-success, that kind of preserves your state of mind when you're losing, which is fine, which matters because realistically most of the time you are losing, especially if you're me. So that's what I struggle with. Do you say, I'm going to set a micro goal, I'm going to kill a dude, and then you just fail, and you fail, and you fail, and you fail, and you fail in the circumstances when you're losing anyways. So it's like a lack of success and a failure, and you can obviously tie those things together if you want. Or is it better to set unrealistic micro goals, given that one time I see a dude, one time when you need it most, when you kill him, you're going to react as if you've accomplished your goal, and you won't just stop wanting to play. You won't think, well, fuck, that's amazing. This small success is what I've been looking for. I don't need to win. All I wanted to do is kill a dude. I don't know. I should have got closer. God damn.
Gigundo.
Got too philosophical. Steve Rennell. I feel like he doesn't philosophize when he sees the bear with the big fucking ass. He waits. The guy beat me. You see his jump style? If this was real life, he'd hurt his ankle. That's all I have to say. Plus, he'd be tired as shit. Camp Brocken, you just can say Gigundo if you want. It's just something you can say. L. Dobbsy, what's up, buddy? Thanks for joining on my gamer stream. Please click join, donate, subscribe. Thanks. Your generosity keeps me gaming. I love the gamer patter. I gotta get better gamer patter. The guy's like, some guy like gets $20 and he's just like, thanks, hit the subscribe button. Thanks, buddy, for keeping whatever. And people are just like, you don't have to fucking say it, Kemp. You asked for a fucking explanation. So I don't mean to get aggravated. I'm feeling the wearying effects of repeated lack of success. You ask what it is? It's something you can say.
Gundo.
What is a sandwich? It's something you can eat. If someone says, what is a sandwich? And somebody says, it's something you can eat. It would be kind of weird to say, I don't want to eat it. Nobody asked you to. It's there for you to eat if you want. Life presents you a buffet of choices, all of which are available to you should you choose to take advantage of them. Nobody's making you do shit. Kemp, I'm sorry. Getting a little bit mad at you. I don't. It's not right. It's not your fault.
Gundo.
Do you know that there's guys
Gundo.
that not that check this what I discovered. This is a Tool video.
Gundo.
Look at that. Oh. Why can we not be sober? Look at this.
Gundo.
The heatless flame. Okay. This is a weird area. I'm all the way I can tell. Now I've played this game enough that I know where I am. I'm all the way at the bottom south corner of the map. And this trailer park is just down that road there, where those... I don't know why this is happening with me. That trailer park that's down the road with those 4 or 5 guys that went down there is basically fucking Murder City. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna kill somebody. I feel like I want to kill somebody. I feel like I should kill somebody, and I feel like I'm going to kill somebody. I feel like I'm going to actualize... You know what? I'm going to officially say it. I'm going to say it. Killing a guy as a micro goal for this round. Again, the game continues to make fun of me by giving me all of this stuff right at the beginning. So that the people that are watching, it's not even like I can say, well, of course I got killed, I only had a pistol. I have one of every gun. Immediately. And I'm still going to achieve my micro goal of killing a guy. Frosty wants to play. I can't tonight, Frosty. Hold on, I have to talk to Frosty. Frosty, I'll play with you next time. I'm just gonna kill a dude. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm all fucking disembobulated. I don't know which ones I've tested, which ones I've checked out. I need a helmet. That's what I need. I'm gonna get shot in the head. So one interesting thing about this game, which is kind of cool, is how few guns there are in it. There's really only 3 there's three pistols, 4 pistols, and 3 rifles, 2 rifles and a shotgun. A lot of games, that's what they did with DayZ, which is for autistic people, and I'd say that in a really non-judgmental way, because I think if you hang around on the internet long enough, you can sense the stuff that is either created for or by, or probably both, people that have that kind of fetishistic obsession with the minutia of whatever it happens to be. With DayZ, it happens to be like Eastern European post-war weapons. Because like when that game, before they ever even figured out in that game how to have your guy climb up and down a flight of stairs without breaking your leg and bleeding to death, there were like 900 guns in that game, all of which not only needed their own special ammo, but also, so I'm going to stay north of the river, needed clips. Frosty's in the chat. What's up, Frosty? I'm trying to get better, buddy. I feel like you're way too polite for this to be true, but I feel like I was holding you back yesterday. And that's not why I'm not playing with you right now. I'm not going to be on for much longer. There's that, and I want to get better. I want the next time we team up, I want to have some ideas about what we can do. Yeah, DayZ, you go through this horrible, devastated Czechoslovakian nightmare land, going through building after building after building, looking for like a knife that you can open a can of peaches with, and you find like a magazine with one bullet in it, and you put it in your pocket, and you're like, well, sure hope that the next time I find a gun, given that I've never seen one in this game in the past 4 hours of playing, I sure hope it's the one gun out of the 900 types of guns that matches this magazine that only has one bullet in it anyways. So even though this game, when it first came out, when I still thought that DayZ was going to be really cool, instead of psychotically fixated on all of the wrong things, I thought, even though it was a ripoff, they did do the right thing, which is just be like, there's only 3 kinds of guns. There's only guns and bullets. There's no magazines or whatever. And whenever you find I'm talking down. My speech is becoming slower because I'm trying to think of what to do in this area. That door's fucked up. Yeah, whenever you find a gun, there's bullets right next to it always. I don't know if anybody's here, but this would be a good, would it be a good place to wait? I don't know if we're out of the gas or not. Jesus Christ, that noise. Okay, I don't think anybody's here. I need a helmet. I'm gonna look for a helmet. Was trapped inside the door. Now it starts to get anxious. Anxious making. Got my fanny pack. I'm not even gonna bother picking up more ammo. The most I've ever managed to shoot my gun is like 3 times. I still don't know how that guy... Was he just able to shoot me that much better than I was able to shoot him because I was lying down and he was jumping around? Or was he hacking? Did he have a better mouse? He definitely didn't have a better mouse because my mouse is fucking killer. You know what the fucking problem might be? I wasn't in red mode. Get my shit together here. I can't make my mouse sensitivity go any lower. It go faster, super fast, insanely fast, or this fast? Frosty, I'm sorry. I know I should, but I got one. But I need tape. Okay, I'm in the gas. There's a city up there. This is basically where I died last time. Frosty, you had all this amazing shit, like you'd drive the car under the bridge and hide under there. Is this a working truck? It is a working truck. Have you guys played that game, My Summer Car? The Finnish game? I think I'm going to play that game. Should I drive up into the mountains? So I'm facing south. No problem. I don't need keys. I'm gonna head into these mountains. I also have Gears of War 4, which I'm too scared to play. Even though that's probably the game to test out how sick my graphics are on the Iron Horse, because I feel like this game doesn't really test that. I don't know, maybe that's wrong. What's the game that has the best graphics? And is that still a thing? Like if you had the best graphics card, here's somebody else. Why the fuck would it drive like that? Okay, that's a little bit weird. This guy's gonna get out and try and shoot me. This is bad. This is bad. He's coming to get me. Why did I only get one bullet off? This is fucking awful. No comment on that one. I feel like I clicked it like 30 times. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fucking... This time, I don't give a shit anymore. Yeah, I had the shotgun out. I was hunting turkeys. This game is hard when you're retarded. That's my kid's werewolf Lego. What else have I got? Check this out. You ever seen... Bet you ever... You guys are... There's the... One of the funniest things on Earth is also one of the things that hasn't survived the internet. Like nobody has written about it on the internet, which is I went to film school and There's a Canadians weren't really great experimental filmmakers. There were a couple, like Wavelength is a good one, but we were really good, I think, because we were inherently poor. Even our artists, compared to the Americans, we were really good video artists. Experimental video artists. No, we're no Sadie Benning, but dude, one of the best films I've ever seen, experimental videos, is I can never get the. It's weird because I can never get the actual exact title correct. I can, but it's ungoogleable because it's it's got an ungoogleable title, and B, I don't think anybody's actually written anything about it ever on the internet. But this guy got money from fucking Playboy in the 70s to make an a video that then became experimental because it was so fucking weird, called I Bet You Ain't Never Seen Nothing Like This Before. And it might be called I Bet You Ain't Never Seen Anything Like This Before, or I Bet You Ain't Seen Nothing Like This Before, or something like that. But regardless, it's in that idiom. And it's a dude who's able to fuck himself in his own ass. And he sits in a chair, this very kind of calm way, and explains about how his dick is long enough that he can wrap it around behind his nuts and put it up his asshole. And it's like the interviewer's like, well, what do you get? Can you do it when you have an erection? And he's like, no, obviously I can't. I have to take it out when I get semi-hard because it hurts. And he's very frank about it. And yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, I bet you ain't never seen anything like that before. I'm never going to not think of a guy fucking himself in the ass for Playboy in an experimental video. I'm going to Murder Town. I'm going to practice shooting. I bet you ain't seen nothing like this before. That sounds like it. I haven't seen it since I was in university, but I'm pretty sure the memory of it being a film about a guy who fucks himself in the ass is accurate. How is there a guy driving at me already? I feel like that is clearly a strategy, because guys do that. I look first for guns and a helmet, but there are some dudes that all they do is, as soon as they see a car, they get it and they fucking haul ass away, I guess. But they must know where to go. Like, they must have a second step to that goal. Like, a second step is, like, I gotta get my car. Once I get my car, I'm gonna drive to this place that I know about that's got awesome shit. Strategy can't just be fucking flee and worry about guns later. Okay. Now, I'm going to think about this critically. I know there's a guy around. He fucking did the jumpy. God fucking damn it. Hey, J Chiz. That was so close. I don't think you should be allowed to jump. I think, at the risk of getting too DayZ, I think if you jump, there should be a chance. I'm just checking my phone to see how many Weight Watchers points I have left for the day. I think that if you jump like that, every once in a while you should roll your ankle like a basketball player, and you should have to play the rest of the match rolling around going like, ooh, ow, ooh, ow, ooh, ow. Yeah, real people that shoot at each other don't jump. fucked your leg up. Shout out to my Eldritch Wizards, my mystery dwarves. You'll be there at the turning of the tide when the Geode Riders push back the forces of the Dark Gamers, with the Gamer Demons sitting at the left hand of the Gamers and the Gamer Angels sitting on the right. Gigundo. This is the power of the mob, because this is what everybody does. I ran, without thinking, I ran and jumped on that thing because absolutely without fail, it is the culture of this game to come and jump on that thing and jump around. Everybody just does it over and over and over again. And I just did it almost without thinking about it. There's no cheat days on Weight Watchers. You get flexi points. So I have 44 points for today, of which I have 8 left. And then anything that goes above that, it goes into my, I have 10, no, I have 4 left. It goes into my weekly flexies, which I have 42. No cheat day on Weight Watchers, baby. I gotta get back in my pants. I'm wearing my cheap pants because all my good pants don't fit anymore. You can spend your flexi points on whatever you want. That's why they're called flexi points. You can spend them on what you want, when you want. Just don't go over. So then it starts to kind of help you understand that bad food is bad food, right? Like, nobody ever taught me. I remember when I was young, obviously, you know, pizza's bad, and that a sandwich is medium, and a salad is great. But nobody ever really explains that, like, you kind of think, like, okay, a pizza is probably 2 sandwiches. It's not. Like, pizza is, like, 10 sandwiches. You can eat, not that you want to eat 10 sandwiches, but you know what I'm saying. Like, bad for you food is so fucking bad for you. There should be a thing, it's like, I know you think that this is bad for you, and it is, but you have the fucking scale and the scope of the badness wrong. Most likely. Again, I just landed and somebody's already in a car. I feel like there's some kind of way to get down in the helicopter, or in the parachute faster that I don't understand. Micro goal. Shoot at a dude. Be calm. Micro goal. Be calm. Think about what you want to do. Going towards the fighting. Holy shit. Somebody's been in here. And recently. They looted this place, and then they shut all the doors. I'm dealing with a professional. Going in pure first person. That dude jumped over. I shot at a dude and I survived the encounter. Oh my god, that's excellent. There's another dude. This game will fuck with you. Especially if you suck shit. Okay, I'm doing a hattie tip back. I gotta look at this in the right way. I set a micro goal. I accomplished the micro goal. I have to perceive that and understand that holistically as a victory. Slight though it may be. Want to send a quick shout out to my gamer army. Thanks for gaming. Game strong. That Vancouver, people gave Vancouver so much shit for that riot. It's probably the best thing I've ever seen anybody from Vancouver do. When they busted all that shit up. Vancouver, people... Is anybody from Vancouver here? See, it was Surrey's fault. No, it's not. It's Surrey's fucking good. You should thank Surrey. People from Vancouver are just happy being shit forever. It's like... You make fun of millennial people to their face, and they're just kind of like, don't. They don't even say don't. They're just kind of like, yeah, you had it better because you had a union. But it's just like, yeah, if people make you eat shit, and it's not your fault, fight back. Have a riot, fucking pussies. That riot, like when that dude threw the beer at the Texas Ranger in the outfield. Oh my god. In Canada we act like that's... In Canada in 2016 we act like that's the worst thing that could ever possibly happen. But I threw like a 32 ounce full thing of Coke and ice at a Minnesota North Star's head when he cross-checked Martin Jelena in the back of the head. And I almost hit him really close. Nobody in like 1993 or 1994. And nobody everybody was like, yeah, exactly. Give me some stuff to throw. Let's fucking throw. He cross-checked Martin Jelena, and the refs are fucking us over. And I don't know. It was like when the state exercises its monopoly on violence and says that the only good social interaction is purely pacifistic or pacific, I guess is what you say. Then it's controlling you without even ever actually having to fucking do anything. And you're just doing their job for them. Press left and right as you're going down. Yeah, so have a riot. Fucking strain against the bonds of civilization. What's the worst that could happen? Somebody's window gets busted? Have a riot and go back and pay them the next day. Break a window and then fork over whatever their insurance deductible is. If you want to be honorable about it. Just don't let anybody tell you that a just society is a non-violent one, because that is some bullshit. And the only people that have a vested interest in wanting violence only in the realm of pure fantasy are the people that are exercising their right to be violent towards you right now, which is the state. And controlling what you do, and controlling the way you can express yourself. Oh, I jumped! That was shitty. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump. That was rude. I did it by panic. Fuck you! This is my My accomplished a micro goal. He had a helmet. I think maybe that's why, and I didn't. This is my last one, and then the gamer's signing off. Yeah, I did show a lot of body, because the first time I shot, it hit the top of the hill. So you gotta go up high enough body-wise. Maybe I obviously went too far. That wasn't the closest. I got that other guy down to 8. I feel fucking guilty that I jumped. Because that guy got the... He got... Not to... You know what I'm gonna do? Fuck it. Alright, let's change this up. Back your match. Yeah, you don't have to be violent. You don't have to respond to injustice by rioting, but you got to keep it in your arsenal. Otherwise, people will just run the fuck all over you. And your hockey team will suck shit for a lot longer. I don't really know. I know I talk, given that I'm talking pretty much 100% of the time that I'm playing, I know that kind of by definition, I have to talk probably... It'd be impossible to find somebody that talks more than me, maybe, but I only ever really seen kind of 2 other gamer streams in any depth, and I don't really know how much you're supposed to talk. So maybe if it was I had a more exciting game, I would talk less. I don't know. What have I got that I can show you? This is the kind of deodorant that I use. Been using that for a long time. It's really good.
Gagundo.
Gagundo. What else have I got? This is a broken little Eames chair. That's signed by Eames Demetrios, who's Charles and Ray Eames' son. My folks got me that when they met him one time. I don't know why or how they met him in the context of being able to buy a little miniature bent plywood chair, but it's pretty sweet. And then I broke it somehow.
Gagundo.
Okay, I'm not going to Murder Town. I can't tell if you're being... Well, you are being sarcastic because you spelled Eames wrong, I guess, maybe. I don't know. I'm not saying he's fucking famous. It was in my drawer beside me, and I thought people were probably tired of looking at the same fucking thing. Excuse me. God, I'm getting all fucking cranky because I'm getting killed all over the goddamn place. This is clearly the superior strategy, is going to these little campgrounds, because they have everything, and you can get geared up super fast, which definitely helps you feel much shittier about yourself when you inevitably get killed. Oh my god, I found a fucking cop car. I need a helmet first. You know what, this is the first time I've ever found a car where I feel like I'll be able to come back and know that it's there the next time. So do it. I don't know if they persist, if they're always in the same place, or if they spawn randomly. It seems like the thing that wouldn't necessarily spawn randomly. Yeah, somebody's linking to Pornhub.com, which I'm sure that nobody's heard of before. Alright. So, my micro goal is I'm going to drive to this little church. I'm going to rat hole myself fucking up in there. And wait like a snake. Shouldn't let you get away with this. What are you, fucking Buffalo Bill? Are you like writing letters to me asking you for help not putting in links to Pornhub.com? But I don't give a shit. Put fucking Pornhub.com in there. That was a pretty powerful talk by me. I feel like this is a new element of the gamer stream tonight, which is getting mad at people that are just trying to chat with me. Not very good. Keep it together. Fuck, it would be cool to be a cop. People always, especially my generation, I don't know about... Oh, another cop. What's up, brother in blue? People in kind of my generation, we all thought we were going to be like in grunge bands and shit. I know that that's all, like, we're all going to be famous. That's only gotten worse with the younger people, but people are always like, I wish that somebody would have... I want this dude to know I'm not following him. I'm just headed off to the church. That was a mistake. Okay. It's a cop convention. People are always like, oh, I wish somebody had told me to just be a welder. You can make $160 and all, work an honest living. You're not a social media editor. You're just a guy that makes shit tubes work properly. And you're not going to be replaced by a fucking goddamn automatic robot. Which is true, but also, as fun as that fucking must be, driving around a plumbing truck and fisting out wads of fucking sperm and hair. I wish somebody had told me to be a cop. I wish somebody had sat me down when I was a kid and been like, I know this is going to sound awful, but go be a cop. Because that would have been awesome. They make a decent living here. Here you're not even allowed to shoot whoever you want. We got a guy that shot another guy who was on ecstasy and had a knife, and he got arrested and charged with second-degree murder. So it's not even like you're some kind of fucking craven lunatic. If you are, you don't get away with it. To ride around in a cool car all day. You get to have a gun. For real. Go to the shooting range. Know all the different code words. That'd be awesome. You could help people, Just kidding. Just kidding. I was being facetious with the cop thing. There's the church. I'm gonna park around back. Anybody in there? I don't know. Take the keys out. Hop out. Make sure I have all of my bullets properly. So doors open, which means somebody has either been here or is here. This feels like a good place to make my last stand. This AK is kind of buggy because it keeps going down to unloaded every time I take it out of my thing. Now, what's the psychological strategy? Well, the psychological strategy would be to check the big room, the big, impressive room first. Shut the door, no door. Check the big, impressive room first, and then when it's empty, you kind of think, like, okay, well, if they're not in there, they can't be anywhere. So maybe I'm going to fucking post up here. In the fucking pervert's den behind the church. $52 people left. That's still a lot. There's this place up here, which I've never actually been to. Though I think it's a fortress, like an actual, honest-to-God fortress. But I don't see the point of there being a fortress when you have to move because there's poisonous gas coming. So there's fewer entrances and exits into the church. Oh, it's one of these fucking doors again. It's bullshit. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. I'm gonna practice my aim. Ba 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 ba. This door. That's a little bit weird. There's layers to the strategy in this game. I, for example, like to die in a church. That dude drives his Jeep around laying on the horn. Who's gonna win? Not me. That's the one thing I think keeps me coming back to this game, given that it's one of the only games that I own. It is fucking creepy. Like, to a certain extent, the behavior of people is kind of unknowable. Like, was that guy doing that because he was frustrated? Or was that guy doing that because that's a strategy? Who the fuck knows? I played poker with a guy in Arizona. I feel like I've already told this story, which I apologize for. Played poker with a guy in Arizona. This is when I really fell in love with the game of poker. We were playing 3-6 limit. And this was back before people even understood that you could theoretically be good at that game by knowing about odds and stuff. And for 2 hours, and so as a result, you could do whatever the fuck you want. There wasn't rules about, like, not talking or whatever. And he told everybody for 2 hours straight what all of his cards were, like, every single time. He didn't always tell them right at the beginning of the hand, but at some point, while there was still a decision to be made, he told people what they were going to do. And people got so fucking frustrated that he made, like, $300 or $400 or something insane in like 2 hours at 3-6 poker, which is impressive. So I'm never gonna so that's what the fundamentally creepy. That's the gas, by the way. We lived long enough till we could actually see it. The fundamentally creepy nature of this game is, yeah, I don't know. When the first 8 times that guy told people what cards he had, I was like, oh, sweet, this dude's drunk. I'm going to fucking rip him off. Ha ha. And then at about hand 10, it became clear to anybody that was paying attention that, oh no, we're getting wrecked. We're getting some game run on us. and it was beautiful to watch. And so it's the fundamental alienness and unknowability of the other. Like, are you behaving that way because you're defective? Are you behaving that way because you're not defective, but you're acting irrationally because your mom yelled at you and says, 10 more minutes, Billy? So you think, fuck, I'll just spend the last game honking my horn and driving around? Or are you acting that way because it's a viable strategy that I'm just not on your level to know about? And the fact that I can't reliably or reasonably say which one of those it is makes this game spooky. I'm just thinking that I'm just supposed to talk the whole time is what I'm revisiting a slightly earlier point. I don't know. I'm not an experienced enough gamer streamer or gamer streamer watcher to know how much I'm supposed to be talking. So I'm just going to go with my default, which is to assume I'm supposed to be talking 100% of the time. Okay, I don't know why nobody's coming to this church. Maybe because they sense that a powerful gamer is here. The gas is getting smaller. Top 26. I have a helmet. I don't have armor. I'm safe from the gas. I wonder if it's finally gonna center around that little fortress. That'd be awesome. This is another cool thing that they do. When it starts to get only a few people left, they fly these planes over and they drop a care package. First they drop bombs. Then they drop a care package, which apparently, according to Frosty, has sometimes a sniper rifle and a ghillie suit. But it lights off this big... Did it drop one? Risking a go outside. Do a pukey look around. Yeah, it's like this big target that everybody goes to and then gets annihilated. I'm gonna go to the fortress. That's a good micro goal. I gotta go straight north. Oh shit. Being very calm.
Gundo.
That guy just... Did you just say Gagundo? That guy Gagundoed me. I don't know about that. Well, my friends, that's it for the stream. I love you all. Goodbye.